How you doing, David? Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
It's been, well, I guess this is the first time that you've been to our, well, I know here, but have you been in this country before?
No, it's the first time in the States.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
Great. Incredible.
You do? What parts of you?
Very pleasant surprise. It's country.
Is it, what kind of place is it? Is it the typical industrialized London that we, that we see?
Yeah, it's out of, well, the bit I live in?
Well,
yeah, the bit I live in is quite countrified, really.
Oh, really?
We just miss the industry.
Oh,
we haven't got much industry anymore. It's all petered out.
No, I thought that it was like great smokestacks.
Oh, yeah,
that's
up north. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I think Ray Davies of the Kinks was
found
telling me that he
he
likes it here. Yeah, he's just telling me that he can't stand England and that he really likes America, And it's good that the Kinks are really becoming more successful here, I think, than they have been, for a while.
I like both countries.
Do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't give up England.
I've never been to England. I'd like to get there someday. Let me see. It says here that you are one of those I'll ad-lib this too. You're one of those Englishmen who has happened upon the pop scene and just captured the hearts and minds of nearly all of the audiences that have heard him. Isn't that wonderful?
Wow. Yeah.
Did you know that?
I'm quite a guy.
Yeah. Let me see. It says also that I'm reading this bio here because I just received it here, and some interesting things about you here. Did you know this? That your name was David Robert Jones, but that Davy Jones of the Monkees claimed the name.
Yeah.
And you became David Bowie. Where did you get that name? Just pick it up.
Well, from the town, from the person, and it just sounded nice. And it's Scottish as well, and there's a knife involved, and it just sounded good.
Well, Elton John, I was mentioning that Elton John was here and referred to you as David Bowie, and we call you David Bowie, and I think it is really Bowie.
Well, I call it Bowie, but
it doesn't matter. I really think you're the authority on that,
Elton John, if you like.
Yeah, well, Elton John is Reg Dwight, so what does he know,
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, his real name is Reginald Dwight.
God,
and he changed it to...
Well,
all right. Tell me you're really Bernie Taupin, and then we'll get on with it. We're going to play your Space Oddity track. I'd like you to maybe pick out a few songs that you like from different albums, and maybe tell us about it. But what can you tell us about Space Oddity? Other than
there's nothing I can say about it, really.
It speaks for itself.
Well, I hope so. It's been out for such a long time. It's done what it was going to do, I think, and that's it. Yeah, hopefully I'm an LP artist anyway, and the single things, they just happen or they don't happen. It's really rather immaterial.
Right. If they can find a particular quality in a song that will make it suitable as a single, then they're fine. You don't just go in and say, well, I'm going to cut a single.
No, everything I do is for LPs, and it's up to the company if they want to release singles and things.
How did you get into music in the first place? You were pretty young, weren't you?
Yeah, I used to play tenor sax a long time ago at school, and I used to play with a modern jazz band very badly. And I got into the Little Richard thing, about the big sax lineups he used to have, and it was just a fun thing to do, so I started playing that. And then I developed an interest in writing songs, and it just came on.
I see that one of your friends was Peter Frampton. I didn't know that he was in the Herd. The Herd is kind of a group that disappeared. They were on Mercury, Phillips or Fontana. Fontana, wasn't it?
Were they?
They were in this country.
Yeah.
But they never, that group and the Trogs and a couple other groups kind of just faded away. What happened to those people?
Yeah. Well, Pete's with the Humble Pie now, isn't he?
Yeah. How about the other members? You know them?
Yeah, I know most of them. A long time ago.
What are they doing?
The people in the Herd.
Yeah.
A guy called Andy Bown, the organist.
Not Alan Bown.
No, Andy Bown. He's getting his own things together, but I don't really know what happened to the others.
We're going to do a thing that David picked out from T-Rex. You know the member?
Yeah, I know.
Member.
I know Mark very well. There's no problem.
They're currently riding the charts, as they say, with a hit single, which is it's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex is a hit single. Yeah. David, you know Steve Rowland?
Yes,
Can you tell me anything about him? Who was he?
Well, he was a record producer. In fact, he used to produce The Herd.
Wow.
Right. And then he formed a small group called Family Dog. I really wasn't too interested in them, but I believe they've got a thing you're going to play on.
I'm going to play this particular song, Rikers Island. This is only the second single that they have released in America, Steve Rowland and the Family Dog. The first one was a cover version of Sympathy, the Rare Bird song.
I think it's very much a studio thing.
Oh, yeah, like all the other groups that we get from studio. Yeah. Tiny Tim was here and said that his favorite records of last year were Love Grows, Rosemary Goes, and Candida, I think, too.
Pretty camp choice.
Yeah, well, that's Tiny Tim. He was a...
Mogul Ski Shop has a message for this. Think a tight-fitting pair of plastic shell boots mean cold feet. You better take that one over, man.
Oh, well. Well, they want you to try the Riker. Speaking of Rikers, Riker Orbis G1 Thermo. You get the tightest fit without loss of... is that fit? It looks like fur. Is that right? Could that be? Can't be a fur. A fur is a tree. F-I-R. I think it's the tightest fit without loss of warmth with the new Thermo felt lining. Plus, the Thermo has the new wide Martin buckle and the micro adjuster tension control. Yes, you'll find Riker boots and plenty of good advice at the Mogul Ski Shop, which is, of course, as you know, 2102 Market Street.
Yeah.
It's just a few blocks from here.
Get to the moon on it as well.
Okay.
I feel like I always feel I should interview like that character Peter Cook does, you know. What is all this prancing about a stage and trappings and all of that? But you don't have the trappings that you've had in the past. You're a little more conventional.
Yeah, at this moment.
What happened?
We did the Diamond Dogs tour and took it from New York to Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
And I felt that was enough, really, rather than come back with the same thing. I wanted to give myself an opportunity just to work with the band.
Yeah. So a lot of the glitter is gone that we associate with you, and you've got an entirely new person now.
No, you haven't.
Où sont les glitz de yesteryear, or something like that.
No.
Is the offstage Bowie likely to surprise people? I have had the weirdest reactions from people who know you're going to be on. Some of them say they'd be scared to sit and talk with you. Some people said you would bite my neck.
It's not
very peculiar kind of thing.
It's what you want, really, isn't it? And what do you think I'm like?
Well, I've only met you over the phone and a little bit backstage, and to me you seemed like, I hope this doesn't insult you, a working actor.
That's right, that's very good.
You know, I mean, what are you drawing?
It's therapeutic.
No, you know, some people thought, there's a lady who said, I don't know if I'd want to meet him. He would make me very nervous. I have a feeling he's into black magic and that sort of thing. And other people see you as just a very skillful performer who changes from time to time from one thing to another.
Yeah. Well, both of that is...
All of the above? You'll buy that?
I'm a person of diverse interests, but not...
Sure.
I'm not really very academic, but I glit from one thing to another a lot.
Yeah. Glit.
It's like flit, but it's the 70s version.
One letter later in the alphabet.
This is incredible
picture. It's very striking. The first time you see it, I remember the first time this album appeared in a record store window, and I could see it actually stopping traffic on the sidewalk. This is the picture you send to the draft board, obviously, saying that. Keep this boy around.
I've only just got that.
I didn't know I was
in
going to
English.
say that.
How did that come about?
That whole idea and that very painting.
Let me see. Well, it's an artist from Belgium called Guy Pollard who did a book called Rock Dreams. That, yeah. Then I nicked the. Well, I didn't nick the book, but I saw the book at Mick Jagger's house, and I nicked the idea of doing a cover.
What does nicked mean?
Oh, stolen. So.
Stole the idea. Does this make you nervous to sit without your band and with everything in this, to chat a little bit?
Oh, let's carry on talking. Don't ask me that.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'll wonder.
Oh, you'll start
I'd rather
thinking
not
about
know
it.
if I'm nervous until.
Okay, I won't worry about that.
Okay.
Where's the kick for you, David, in performing? In performance, when you're on stage?
That's it. Complete. Really.
Being there.
Yeah.
The entrance. I can imagine that it would be a very exciting profession. I mean, to stand there with that. There are people in the world who've never stood on a stage. Those of us who have forget this. I mean, to stand on a giant stage like that with a band behind you. At rehearsal today, I stood in for you.
Oh, right, I tell you.
You know what I mean? And the feeling of standing there with that sound coming behind you is very exhilarating.
I had an incredible feeling, and I got a lot of fulfillment from working in productions like Diamond Dogs or the Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
But it was one of putting together lots of bits and pieces and loose ends and directing the whole thing and remembering 1,000 things at once. But So that was one kind of fulfillment. But now that I'm working just with the band and singing, which is something I haven't done for years, just stand there and sing my songs, I'm finding a new kind of fulfillment. I'll go back to doing productions.
You will?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to go out and sing my songs as a singer-songwriter for a bit.
David, what kind of student were you in school?
As I say, not very academic. I'm pretty, I suppose I was considered arty.
Arty?
Yeah.
But did you go through college or to college? Or?
Oh, yeah. I went to a technical college near London that had an art course for people from 12 upwards who couldn't do anything else much, like maths or physics or something. Yeah. So I took art.
All right. You know that Jagger studied economics.
Yes.
And I mentioned that once when he was on, and some of his fans were disappointed to hear that. And he was at the London School of Economics.
Yes.
And it ties into something you said in an interview you did with William Burroughs, which I thought was interesting, if it's in fact true.
Oh, don't believe it.
Well, everything ties in with something else you said, which is don't ask me any questions because I'll say something different every time. But taking a chance here, taking a stab in the light, you said that the lives of the rock stars are really not as strange as the lives of the fans, and that the fans actually, it's an interesting point, that the fans sort of envy the stars, but in effect, the stars live conventional lives and envy the fans. And it strikes me as odd, the idea that, you know, fans are out shoving, I don't know, nutmeg under their cuticles or something and trying to be really freaky. And you and Jagger are sitting around discussing economics before the Anschluss in the Benelux nations or something. Am I exaggerating?
No, he speaks economics and I don't understand him.
But is this in fact true? That what is your private life like without being too personal?
Oh,
yeah, do.
Thank you.
But,